Elon Musk is surrounded by controversy once again. Even some Tesla stock bulls are coming out and saying that Elon should calm down, and one Tesla stock bull is even saying that he should step down, and it's not Ross Gerber. It has something to do with this post, who were the American journalists who conducted even minimally adversarial interviews with Zelensky. Elon said, to be fair, it's hard for them to talk while giving, I'm not going to say the word because I don't want this video to be age restricted, this thing at the same time. Naturally, James commented on this story as well. If anyone believes this type of behavior is appropriate from the CEO of Tesla and that there are no consequences or impact on people's impressions of Tesla and their purchase intention, you are very naive. I think to some degree, James is certainly right about that. Elon Musk has been a net negative for Tesla for years now. His great accomplishments at Tesla all occurred before 2021. Since then, it's been a series of bad decisions at Tesla and outside of Tesla, poor execution and inappropriate behavior. Maybe it's time to move on, Elon Musk. I think, though, some people will look at a comment like this from Elon and will say, well, Elon is speaking his mind, and some will say, well, that's not really wrong. I mean, the way it's said, it's incredibly controversial, but is it wrong? But I strongly disagree with James that letting go of Elon would be a good idea. Certainly, there are downsides to having Elon, but the upside, I think, in the long term, greatly outweighs the downside. With Elon being present at Tesla, I think FSD is a lot more likely to be solved quicker. I think when Tesla really needs to innovate, that's where Elon really comes in. Elon is not afraid to take risks, long-term risks. And with Elon being the leader of Tesla, I think Tesla will start many more projects later on that will produce substantial profits and increase Tesla's valuation by a lot. If Elon wasn't present at Tesla anymore, I think the Tesla bot probably, I wouldn't think of it as something that would bring much value to Tesla in the long term. I don't rely on Tesla bot to increase Tesla's valuation, but you put together many things like that, and something eventually will really work. If you had a conservative CEO, would Tesla even try to make Dojo work? Probably not. Would Tesla even attempt making a bot? Probably not. Would Tesla have even tried working on a Cybertruck? Probably not. And Gary Black also thinks it would be terrible for Tesla stock if Elon stepped down. Dan Ives would totally agree with that as well. James, though, to me seems to be on a different political side than Elon, so I think that's why he gets a bit more upset than many other people when Elon says something politically. And for those who are really upset about what Elon Musk just posted, I remember that Elon Musk has been incredibly wild on Twitter. See one button doesn't make you a tailor, cook one meal doesn't make you a chef, but love one horse and you're a horse lover for all of history. This is from 2011, which is not a long time from when Tesla became a publicly traded company. That latest Elon Musk post certainly is causing some controversy and division among the Tesla community members. Chuck Cook, who is an FSD beta tester, and he has a channel about Tesla, says, Elon Musk, I love what you have done for Tesla and SpaceX, but unfortunately for me, you have transitioned into God mode. I will continue to support your hardworking engineers on FSD beta, but I can't watch and listen to what you seem to feel is your responsibility to influence. I agree with most of what you are aligned with, but unless you are running for office or want to run the world, you need to settle down. Muted. Elon responded to Chuck. Chuck labors under the illusion that Western civilization is not at risk when it clearly is. If America falls, nothing else matters. Not stocks, not properties, nothing. All civilizations eventually fall, as history shows, but we want this one to last as long as possible. Elon's post actually was a reply to Jason, which quoted Chuck. Here's what Jason said. Elon has not transitioned to God mode, but those he's fighting against and calling out have. They think they are about the law and about humanity. Elon is just a skilled fighter beating God mode bosses. I think that's a fair statement, actually. Do you not see the insane levels of fraud, corruption, and incompetence at the highest levels of our political and corporate offices that he's calling out on a daily basis, and you don't want him to speak up about it? Then who should? Should only people who lack influence or who have little to lose be speaking up? Or just journalists while we all remain silent, or nobody? Have you applied a systems thinking approach to your position and fully understood the consequences of people speaking up only when it's convenient, peaceful, and non-controversial? Because right now you seem to be thinking only about how Elon's behavior impacts yourself. What kind of world would we all live in if people didn't call out corruption and incompetence? My parents actually grew up in the Soviet Union. My country was occupied by the Soviet Union, and I was born in a free country, but the stories that they tell me are crazy. You can't speak up, you can't say anything, you're always in fear. It was a very different life. I would not want to live like that. All the freedoms you enjoy were fought for by brave men who understood the threats posed by complacency to those with endless appetite for power. We need more powerful business leaders to start speaking up, not less. If we don't practice our freedom of speech, it will be taken away from us and from all future generations by the stroke of a pen. You don't seem to have fully internalized this. Look, when Elon makes some statements, does it affect Tesla stock negatively? It certainly used to some degree, especially about 18 months ago. But would you rather Elon really not say anything? Would you rather have Elon not purchased X/Twitter? Elon owning X, I think, is a negative for Tesla stock investors, but I don't mind it. I think the price that we paid for Elon owning X, personally, as a Tesla shareholder, I don't mind paying that price. Before Elon, if let's say you got banned on YouTube, that basically means you're going to be banned on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter as well. But now you get banned on one of these platforms and you can go to X, and X has a massive audience. Before, where could you have gone? Rumble? Not many people are on Rumble. I personally like a free society. I think Omar and Farzad are spot on. I can't believe Elon Musk is tweeting about politics more than Tesla. Hey, Elon, shut the hell up and do the job we didn't pay you to do. Keep it up and we'll pay you even less. Now, Troy's opinion is that demand would increase by 35% if Elon stopped tweeting. I don't know what the exact number would be, but certainly I have met some people that are incredibly opposed to Elon Musk, and they would not touch anything that Elon Musk is involved in. I think that's the minority, but these people, they shame other people. So other people that don't mind Elon, they would, for example, buy a Tesla, but because they would now be shamed by these crazy people, they might think about it and say, okay, maybe something else other than Tesla would be better. But is it really 35%? I don't know. That seems like a crazy high number. I don't think it's that high. Tesla is ready to restart production at its Giga Berlin factory, the plant manager said. The supply chains are intact again. Parts are available in sufficient quantities to be able to restart completely. The temporary production stop will not set Tesla back in the further ramp up of the factory. Production will restart on February the 12th. So that will be about 2 weeks of lost production, but I hope that Tesla took that time to upgrade some of the factory lines. Also, Tesla did have some inventory, so sales shouldn't really be affected. Yesterday, I talked about how Tesla is offering enhanced autopilot trials in China for free for 30 days. If you purchase FSD in China, you can also transfer that to your new car, although up until now, you still haven't been able to use FSD in China because it has not been approved by the government. The Cybertruck just got its first big software update since delivery started. 2 improvements. One is improved ride and handling. You will get a more consistent response on different road surfaces and greater comfort on rough, winding pavement and sport mode, or when custom ride and handling is set to focused. Also expect reduced pitch and body roll in off-road mode. And then more efficient charging. We have seen a few complaints about Cybertruck not charging perhaps very fast. Well, your vehicle now adjusts to the power level of each DC charging station, so battery preconditioning when you are navigating to a charger, and then charging can be more efficient. That is certainly quite an important update. The Cybertruck is still missing some important autopilot features, but I expect them to be added back soon, and especially as FSD version 12 comes out, I think some of these things will be added to the Cybertruck quickly. And one reason why the Cybertruck handling can be improved with just a software update is because it is an adjustable air suspension. Tesla is also adding a few more things to the Cybertruck on top of these two things. For example, Apple Podcasts will be available on the Cybertruck, as well as custom lock sounds, trip planner on the mobile app, more cameras in live camera view, automatic blind spot camera. So Cybertruck owners certainly will be a bit happier after this update. And the Cybertruck did make it to the Chicago Auto Show. Over 300,000 people are expected to attend, so this could help Tesla with some exposure, awareness, and sales. If you live in Germany, and some of my viewers do live in Germany, you can get a Cybertruck for just 485,000 euros. Wow. And it's actually road legal, so someone will probably get it. I'm not sure if it's going to be sold for 500,000, but yeah, someone is going to be pretty happy in Europe with a Cybertruck. In the US, Cybertrucks already get quite a bit of attention, but in Europe they are non-existent. So if you want an attention-grabbing vehicle and you live in Europe, Cybertruck is the way to go. China reported almost 40,000 Tesla sales for January, keeping in mind that this was the first month of the year, which in China is usually quite slow. This has actually been pretty good. I mean, just compared to Q1 of the last year, yeah. Tesla is killing it in China, but keep in mind that we are about to have the Chinese New Year, so things are going to be a little bit slow for a little while. That holiday is quite a bit bigger than the New Year and Christmas combined in the US and Canada. Year over year, China grew 47% actually, so that's really impressive. Troy posted a Giga Texas update. The Model Y production at Giga Texas was designed to produce 500,000 units per year with 4 crews working 40 hours per week each. It currently operates at 35% of its capacity because number one, demand is limited, and number two, US-made batteries are limited, which are needed for the $7,500 tax credit. I also looked at some of the DMV data that's available, and it seems that Cybertruck production currently is between 100 to 150 Cybertrucks per week. So round it up and call it 125 Cybertrucks per week, roughly. Not exactly, but roughly. Top selling plug-in electric vehicles in the world. The data has now come out, and we can see that, of course, Tesla is number one, and then number two, if we only include battery electric vehicles, if we exclude plug-in hybrids. So what do you think is going to happen when Tesla releases the next generation vehicle? Do you think Tesla will not have a few more spots all the way up here? I think it's inevitable. And for those that don't think the next generation vehicle is going to be successful, just remember what the media wrote about the Model 3 and even the Model Y. Back in the early days when the vehicles were coming out, 15 reasons why the Tesla Model Y will fail to not be the world's best-selling vehicle. If they had that headline, then it would have been totally right. Some were speculating that the reason why Tesla dropped prices in Canada was because Tesla wanted to clear out hardware 3 inventory, but you can see that all of the vehicles sold in Canada have hardware 4. That's only based on one delivery center, of course, but I think that will probably be true for all delivery centers, all showrooms in Canada, largely. This might spark a little bit more controversy again in the Tesla community because Tesla is running more ads on X in the US. This one is promoting the Model Y. I say try everything. If it works, keep doing it. If it doesn't, stop doing it. So I don't see a problem really here, as long as that is the philosophy. James says that we are within 3 months or so from breaking ground in Mexico. For the first time, Alexander is seeing job offerings under this particular city. And these are all construction-related jobs, largely. Tesla just posted over 37 new jobs for Dojo. This is just one of the things that could possibly drive Tesla stock much higher very suddenly. I'm not saying the chances are high of that happening, but that's just one reason why I do not want to be out of Tesla stock, even if we have challenging 12 to 24 months before the next generation vehicle comes out. So for my Tesla bear friends, yeah, that's definitely nothing to see or worry about. Yeah, you're definitely right. Tesla stock for sure 100% is going down. Don't mind me, I'm just setting a reminder for myself to buy more Tesla stock later today. Oh, I like this feature. This new button will drop down when someone outside the vehicle will try to open the car while the car is locked. So it will be just a tiny bit easier to unlock the vehicle a bit faster. This is also a good thing. Tesla now more directly will let you know that their cars, while charging or supercharging, can emit visible steam in cold weather. Some people really worried about it because they thought there's something seriously wrong with their Teslas, but it's just steam. So that's definitely a welcome update for all of my Canadian friends. This seems to be a little bit of a problem in the US. The autopilot nag is so annoying and unnecessary, it makes me less safe as I constantly have to take my eyes off the road to make sure it is not flashing and can accidentally disengage if I don't apply the exact right amount of pressure. I have seen a few more people make similar comments. The best solution to this problem is for Tesla to make FSD and autopilot quite a bit better so that the regulator feels comfortable not having to enforce this nag on everyone. It seems like media being against Tesla and Elon Musk is starting to backfire against them. Take a look at this Instagram comment left under a Motor Trend article. I don't like electric cars, won't drive one if given the choice, but the amount of scrutiny you, Motor Trend, as well as other media publications give on them compared to most other brands just seem in cohesion. Y'all really said they were recalling almost every car, but then I go and read it's literally an over-the-air update. As much as y'all like to throw down electrics, shouldn't Tesla be celebrated for being a truly American company and how much they invent and are a leader? Every company has layoffs at times, but you all are painting them differently than say when Ford's horrible management fails. Be better, Motor Trend. So even people that don't like EVs are starting to defend Elon Musk and Tesla because it has gone so far now. I like this. This could be a turning point. Fred from Electric made a few points that I think we should think about. Tesla's biggest strength has always been its ability to attract and retain talent, including Elon Musk, by the way. Retaining Elon Musk is critical, or at least very important to Tesla. Despite some turnover and high-profile departures, Tesla has been incredible at it and often tops lists of the most attractive companies for engineering students. But unfortunately, I feel like that's changing. We are hearing that morale is low after Tesla's weak annual pay bump, delayed second review, and cancellation of stock compensation. And yesterday we heard that Tesla is probably preparing for another round of layoffs. However, let's go back to 2019. Tesla's new cost-cutting effort is going all the way down to toilet paper. Pretty much everything that Fred just said could have also been said about 2019. Including this part, the stock performance is also an issue. Stock options are not worth as much. Current workers don't see the same potential because at that time, Tesla stock has been flat for years and years and years. This is something to keep an eye on. If Tesla loses capacity to attract and retain talent, it won't be the same company. I would love to see Elon focus on this, rally the troops like he used to. It's also a problem when you have a part-time CEO demanding a $60 billion new compensation package while they see their own stock options being reduced or canceled. Tesla has always been a mission-driven company which enabled it to attract talent with lower pay at times, but now with the CEO seemingly more worried about a black actor replacing Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean 36 than promoting the mission, it's harder to be inspired. But he could have also said something like this years ago when Elon made comments about a certain cave, so it's nothing new really, but Fred says it's becoming a real problem in my opinion, and I'm not pointing it out because I hate Tesla or Elon. On the contrary, I point it out because it needs to be fixed for Tesla's sake. Are some of the points that Fred just made valid? Yep. Is this anything new? Absolutely not. I share the same opinion as James here, but he thinks Elon should step down. I definitely do not. I will always defend Tesla and criticize the things that I believe are hurtful to Tesla and its brand's mission, even if it means upsetting a lot of people in the process. And I would say the same thing about Elon Musk as well. If I see Elon doing something right, I will point it out. I will praise Elon. If I see that there's something a bit questionable. I will point that out too. But what I really don't like is when someone points out something about Elon and they make it sound like this is a completely new thing, and if this does not stop, Tesla will completely and miserably, for sure, 100% fail. And yet, they fail to realize that this kind of behavior has continued for many, many years already, and it's nothing new. I think it's a bit disingenuous to criticize Elon and say, oh, this has to be definitely fixed, without acknowledging that this issue has been around for many years. So, which naturally implies, well, if it worked out really well without fixing it, it also implies it does not have to be fixed for Tesla to continue to succeed. I mean, if it's fixed, okay, Tesla could probably do better. And if it's not fixed, or if it's not improved or changed, I think Tesla can still be a widely successful company. So I would agree with Omar here. You know who you invested in. There are plenty of conventional CEOs out there to put your money behind, but these companies, you know, they don't produce the returns that most investors are looking for, because none of these CEOs would ever take any significant risk. For example, they would never take a pay performance package, in which it would be clearly outlined that you're not going to be paid anything if you just merely double the worth of the company. You get zero if you do that. You only get paid significant amounts of money if you increase the valuation in market cap increments that today are largely deemed very unlikely and even impossible to be achieved. Let Elon be Elon. He's never going to make every decision in his life on what the stock market thinks, and that's how he got where he is today. He will never change.